but almost was not good enough.
"It is all your daughter's fault,"
she heard Nigel snarling at her mother.
"She's as disrespectful and wild as a vixen. Now you see the fruit of Edward's indulgence and pampering. She should have been put in a nunnery at birth."
"Yes, Nigel." The dutiful murmur caused Miriel's closed eyelids to twitch with irritation and pain. Even to save her own life, she doubted her mother would gainsay a man. As far as Annette Fuller was concerned, they were the masters, their orders and opinions all that mattered in the world.
"She's not spending another night under this roof. She can sleep in the warehouse with a bolt on the door, and at dawn she leaves."
Miriel wondered if she had heard the briefest hesitation before the next placatory, "Yes, Nigel," but decided it was just wishful thinking. Then she heard Nigel's harsh breathing as he stood over her.
"I hope for your sake that those nuns can find something worth saving in your soul. God knows they have a thankless task before them."
He gave her a vicious nudge with his toe.
"It's no use to play dead, you deceitful wench. I know you hear me."
Miriel had an urge to poke out her tongue, but resisted it and lay unresponding. Even if she could not defeat him in battle, she would not give him the satisfaction of being right. The floor rushes crackled as he strode to the door. His fingers clicked.
"Get this mess cleared up before I return."
"Yes, Nigel."
"And I don't want to see her again."
The door banged. There was a brief silence which was swiftly overtaken by the serving women, who commenced chattering and clucking over the state of the room like a pair of disturbed hens. Miriel groaned and opened her eyes. Blood stung in one of them, making her squint and blink. Huge, sooty fireprints had made violent patterns on the lime-washed walls. The wicker wool basket was a skeleton fretwork of blackened strands, and the stink of charred wool was almost overpowering. "Oh, Miriel, what have you done?" Her mother shook her head in exasperation. Annette Fuller was 33 years old, with a swirl of golden tawny hair like her daughter's, although hers was decently tucked within a housewife's wimple. She had clear grey eyes and fine, thin features, which were seldom brightened by a smile. "Nothing." Miriel sniffed and sat up. Her head was throbbing and her ribs ached sharply with each breath. "He started the fire. I always get the blame. He hates me." "Oh, he doesn't," Annette said in her mild voice. Going to a water pail near the charred basket, she soaked a linen cloth and wrung it out. "Your father only wants what is best for you." "He's not my father." Miriel's own voice was hard and tight. No one had ever said much about the man who had begotten her. All she knew, and that gleaned from servants' gossip and the occasional stray remark of her grandfather's, was that he had been a minstrel, an itinerant singer who had taken advantage of the wealthy weaver's virgin 14-year-old daughter and moved on long before her belly began to swell. It was from him that Miriel had inherited her slender height and honey-brown eyes. Annette sighed, and her knuckles tightened on the ringing until they were white. "He is in the eyes of the law." She knelt by Miriel and laid the cloth against the jagged cut on her temple. "You gainsay him at every turn, child. A man has to know he is master in his own house. I am surprised that he has not taken his belt to you before now." Miriel's teeth chattered with shock and revulsion. "My grandfather was master here, and he never beat me once." The tightness in her voice grew and strangled her. Suddenly, she was choking on tears. She didn't want to cry, and clenched her fists in her gown, fighting herself. It was the mention of her grandfather that had caused